Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Folge 7 von Let's Play Coffee Talk von und mit MrCookie hier auf meinem Kanal. Also, fangen wir direkt an. Weiter mit der spannenden Story. Ich bin immer irgendwie ein bisschen... wir machen das über Load Game. Day 8. Continue. Do you want to continue the story? Yes. He really never changed. I know. But it was surprisingly nice, catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey Tim, I'd like to order again, the usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. You know what? Try adding milk to the ingredients you already have. Alright. You know what to do? Do I? I'm not sure. Dark chocolate ist hier. Cough syrup. Ich glaube, es war grüner Tee, Ingwer und Milch dann. Hoffentlich. Ginger milk green tea. Try this. Thank you. I'm sorry, but it doesn't taste anything like what I asked for. Oh, pardon me for the mistake. Never mind. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. It sounded like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh, didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was about. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. And vampire is supposed to be, tough. Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know Kung Fu. Besides, I had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trash, Tyler. You told him I was your bodyguard. Wait, you were not his bodyguard? Not at the time, we didn't know each other. But because of this whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive, so I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Geller. Those dwarves could have killed me. So, who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have ties to the mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of the money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder the dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in time of need. So the next morning I offered him a job as a bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me that night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say it was my proudest moment. I was broke, breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was in the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in a hospital, Gala? Well, he was working with me, I noticed. I'd prefer if we skip that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any detail about it. That's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or a doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. Hospital admin instead. So you could say I own this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn presence in helping me where I needed to. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? Okay, tea-based. It's already warm. Warm and cold at the same time, is that possible? No. Tea, milk. That's equal, at least. Ja, ich glaube, das wird ihm gefallen. Teelatte. Here's your order. Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Hey, I haven't seen her today. Huh. Speak of the devil. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Freya? By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What? About me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is this how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That wouldn't work on me. Huh. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hot day at work. How could you tell? Call it vampire senses. Right. I showed him my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Yeah, we'll do so. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admitting life going? That's not a word for you. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. Hmm. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and the families if they require intensive care and such operations. I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like a biz dev for people's living then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough, whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep a hold on that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. You. He needs to be a bit less loyal, though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy. Ask for a promotion, man? They keep offering me a new position, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position, but the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now, and I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure out why. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you going to stay late? Are you going to stay hard? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibe here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around soon. And you, Freya. See you. Take care of take care on your way. You know, it's kind of hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story. Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met at this place back when it was a bar. Whoa. I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's not the build to... He got the build to be on the front line. Though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya. Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about this. Huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength. So he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Well, at last, it's the only thing he thought he could. But you hired him for his muscles. Hey, I don't know about all that at the time. Besides, he got good at being a bodyguard, and we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength. But then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person. That's all. And after a few months I noticed his trauma. Ich skippe zu schnell. I suggested he talked about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprise there, but I kinda pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually he did go to the professional help. Of course I had no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me. And not so long after that he started working at the hospital. He's been working Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. 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 Yes. Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we don't really need a trivial thing like names to interact. But for what we have learned here, it seemed like the name Nell has a lot of associations with Earthling's effort in intergalactic exploration. Ah, I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hi. Do you come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yes. Oh, you're not from around here? Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away you mean a few thousand miles or more. More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you going to do in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, that. We choose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Armory Jeweled album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. Do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. Hmm? You really can't taste anything? Yes. And if a brew a drink that make you feel something. Interesting premise. But we doubt you will be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Surprise me, please. Reicht das hoffentlich als... Mal schauen. Cinnamon Coffee. War ja nicht widerlich. A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the... Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking. That's how they drink. Whoa, boy. You're one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. Why are you... Who are you now? Neil. Us? We are travelers. Doing a job in space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You are here to find a date? All the way from the galaxy far, far away? Wow. Turns out pervs exist anywhere in the universe. Feeling attracted, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Oh man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it's going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them, though? Huh? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further. If it got you a good story. You are not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like the sleeping around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Hey, I get it a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gathered, does it mean you're willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Well, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. Our mission is serious. And that's not true. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. And then with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention some races live very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, they can be strictly enforced. A lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least, that's what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case, but Earthlings are so stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking whether she is actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I'm single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Well, the breeding process on Earth is usually extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with each other. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you don't want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process on one evening. So we talked about using condoms, but how do you can't have sex? Like, seeing how you're doing. A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that. We can turn, but we cannot tell you in detail unless we agree to the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. It's no need to worry. We will not hurt each other physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Especially the mental part. We did our research and we tried it in one testing object we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, so... Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with the newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It really was nice talking with you all. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but the date never came. And then the mistook Miss Myrtle for the date. Ich hoffe, das war nicht zu laut. Ja, kurz muten können. Ja, gut. The game developer org. Well, I tried to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. but you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last night? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah. Oh, showing someone concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. And Fire was being pretty nosy. To the point where that Miss Gaylor joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gaylor join a random conversation unless it really piques his interest or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a few weeks, so I'll be back here soon as you know. Oh wow, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to go as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You don't really care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. Shane to book. Ginger presides over the ground. Coffee at the bottom of the cup, originally from Indonesia. Noch nie getrunken, das Ding. Genau. Wednesday, the 30th of September 2020. Protest the rise of government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. Woven-made cars face challenges against an unexpected competitor. The Mother Earth organization fights to save more forests. There we leave it. Würde ich mal sagen. Hat auf jeden Fall wieder Spaß gemacht, die Folge. Diesmal ein bisschen eine kürzere, denke ich. Das ist keine Doppelfolge. Deswegen entspannt. War die erste auch, aber ja, vor gegen Ende hat man schon ein bisschen gemerkt. Ja, dann hoffe ich auf jeden Fall, hat euch gefallen. Ist halt genauso gespannt wie ich, wie es jetzt gleich, dann wahrscheinlich morgen oder wann auch immer ich dazu komme, weiter sagen werde, wie es weitergeht mit der Geschichte. Wie weit wir sich eigentlich noch vor uns haben. Ich glaube, wir haben ein Drittel jetzt erst durch. Ein paar Folgen auf jeden Fall. Ja, also. Ich habe immer noch keinen Abschlusssatz. Wird sich wahrscheinlich nicht ergeben. Aber ja, mal schauen. Also, wie gesagt, ich wünsche euch auf jeden Fall viel Spaß bei dem Video. Und wir sehen uns, hören uns, interagieren beim nächsten Mal wieder. Wenn es wieder heißt Let's Play Coffee Talk.